Well, good morning, guys. I want to give everybody an update on the uh, the diesel engine I got coming for the Bobcat, the Bobcat repower. Well, there's been two engines sent. The guy I bought it from, he palleted one and sent it, and a couple weeks after that, he gets a call, and the shipping company told him they damaged it. They had a forklift run into it or something and damaged I think it damaged the lifters or something. And so they sent it back to him. He palleted up a new one for me and got that sent out. And I just got off the phone with him. I guess he's kind of surprised it hasn't shown up yet, but he's going to, when he gets back in his office, he's going to dig up the tracking number. And he never sent the tracking number to me, and I wasn't too worried about it, you know. But I didn't figure it'd take this long either. So he's gonna dig up the tracking number and send it to me. And anyway, so it should be any time. And something I'm fixing to get ready to do is make some black diesel. I'm gonna set up my little centrifuge and my tank and stuff and make some. If you haven't heard about it, it's waste motor oil. You clean it. I've got a centrifuge. You can do it many different ways. There's socks, I guess, you can filter it through that go down to like 1 micron. But once the sock gets filled, you throw it away. And so I went this route because a centrifuge, you run it for 10 or 12 hours if you want, and you stop it and you just clean the bowl and it keeps going, and it'll filter down to 1 micron. If you heat the motor oil up, it'll filter down really fine. This setup's a 3rd horse motor. I think it's 3400 RPM, and I think it's a 10 or 12 inch bowl. So the thing's scooting, making some gravity. Works pretty good filtering the oil. But anyway, this one's from Simple Centrifuge. What I had first set up to do is make oil for my oil furnace for my house. And then I just started getting into wood, and I like wood heat. It's just really nice. And so I kind of put this on the back burner for a while, and I didn't have many diesel engines. I think I only had at the time one, the Lister, 100-year-old technology, and they'll run on anything. Old engine oil. It doesn't even have to be black diesel. It can just be regular engine oil. But anyway, the way you make black diesel is you clean the oil, which that's what the centrifuge does, and then you mix 80% oil with 20% regular unleaded gasoline, and it burns just like diesel. Actually better than diesel. It makes more horsepower. There's more energy in the black diesel than there is in regular diesel you buy at the store. And I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it's better at lubing the injector pumps and stuff. But yeah, you just gotta make sure you clean it good. It's slightly acidic from what I have read, but I haven't heard it, causing any problems in engines. I think the way I'm gonna do it is I have a small, like 1 gallon diesel tank or 1 gallon fuel tank, and I'll run the black diesel in my big tank, and I'll get. Do you remember back in the day they had saddle tanks for pickups that you just switch tanks? You got a big switch that. I think that's something I'm gonna get, and I'll run the black diesel in the big tank, and then maybe 20 minutes before I shut the thing off, I'll just open the small tank with regular diesel in it, and that should flush it out. And all the acidic, slightly acidic fuel won't be in the pump left over. Could be months before I need to use my tractor again. But for people that run tractors all the time, if you have a supply of motor oil around, trucking company nearby, or Jiffy Lube even, I think they'll give you the oil normally, or small gas stations even. They do maintenance on cars. Normally they have to pay to have someone come pump their tank out, so they're pretty happy to give it to you as long as you're set up, to not make a big mess for them. I'm sure they wouldn't appreciate that, but a little transfer pump, 12-volt transfer pump, and pump it into a 55-gallon drum even. Bring it home, heat it up, run it through a centrifuge or some kind of filter, and away you go. Make some regular gas with it, and Bob's your uncle. But anyway, the reason I have two centrifuge bowls is I had ordered this one, and see, it's self-draining. I made this this box, and there's actually another aluminum piece welded all the way around, just real close to the bowl, and that keeps, when the dirty oil drains down through these holes, all the big sludge and stuff will be stuck up here. So that'll drain away and not mix with the clean oil, which flings out and goes all the way around this lip and drains out this hole. But anyway, I had ordered this one with the self-draining bowl, and what they sent is this one, and it's their first design, or one of their first designs, that isn't self-draining, so it doesn't have the 3 holes in it. And after I got this and had it set up and working, they must have realized that they sent the wrong one. I mean, I didn't complain or nothing. I didn't really, I wasn't too disappointed. I don't have any problem pumping this out clean and clean it. It's just a little bit more pain in the ass. But anyway, what I was thinking, if I take this bowl back out off the motor and set it on top of this one and clamp it on real good, so you want them to be very, you want the holes to be very accurate, but I can mark where those 3 holes are, and whether I drill it out or just mark them so they can be drilled out on a nice drill press. 1/4-inch hole would be all it takes. I'd be willing to part with this one if someone wanted to give this a try. It's probably not for everybody. You got to kind of be have a couple tanks and pumps and have the want to do it. It can get messy if you're not really careful. But yeah, this is a pretty standard motor. It's I can get the part number, the model number, and it's like a 1/2-inch shaft with threads on it, and it's how they come from the factory. But anyway, you can see I got these 2 bungs welded to the box, and these are inside the centrifuge part for the old dirty oil that hasn't been cleaned. It'll drain here and go back into the tank. This one's for the clean oil. Yeah, so I'm gonna set this thing back up again and give it a whirl. It's pretty cool to watch it running. You just let it run and drizzle the heated oil into here, and this fills up, and then well, you know how centrifuges work. It just makes its own gravity basically and sucks all the contaminants up to the wall and doesn't let them out. But yeah, it takes water out real good, and there's even reports that people have, oil and water that's been run through a motor It's foamy. There's been reports that this will even separate that foam. That's what I've been told, but yeah, so I'm gonna make me some black diesel for the bobcat, and probably have some around for this when I get on that. And I don't need to make a lot. For me, I don't plan on using it a lot, but it sure is a lot cheaper. And maybe I'll get on making some and trying it in my oil furnace upstairs. Anyway, yeah, that's the update. And if someone's interested in, you'd probably just have to buy a motor that would mount, that has the screws or the threads. And yeah, really nice centrifuge. If someone's interested in it, let me know, and you can make a mess along with me. Okay, take care.